All right. Hello everyone. You're welcome to a new week. We're just going to do a quick analysis on some of the pairs that I'll be trading. So this is more like a top-down analysis of what I'll be looking at um for the week. So if this is the first time that you are listening, my name is Dr. Richard. I've been trading for the past 4 years. I've been trading since 2018, and I've traded and trained a couple of students who are successful in the market, and they are analyzing and doing well for themselves. So I'm the CEO of Forex Empire, and that's the voice you are currently hearing. So let's get on to it. So, first of all, I love to watch the news to understand what's going on with the news, and would see that there are quite number of news that is showing up. First of all, go to let's check the Forex factory. So for the Forex factory, we all know that the US government currently is on shutdown. So we don't have any fundamentals that will be coming out on Monday, Tuesday, and Monday to Thursday. So we are going to be having the consumer price index on Friday and flash PMIs on Fridays, both in the services sector and then in the manufacturing sector, right? So this is more like when we are going to be expecting a multi volatility in the market. Okay, so it's a map for us. So going back to the chart, I'd like to dollar have been on a bearish move from the weekly time frame. We've been bearish on the dollar, coupled with the fact that um, geopolitical events have been happening and all that. And yeah, we had a rebound on dollar because of the positive impacts that Trump has had in the Middle East and um, the talks with Ukrainian governments in ending the war with Russia and all that. But then we had the China-US trade war that came up last week. So we are going to be very cautious going into the week. Going into the week, we'll just be monitoring the developments of the US and China disputes, trade disputes. So these are what we'll be monitoring. And then for my inner circle, those who trade stocks with me, we are going to be looking at major companies that are going to be releasing their reports for um for the last quarter and going into the next quarter. We are going to be looking at that. And then like I said, the shutdown, the government shutdown has gone into the fourth week. All right. So this is also something to put into consideration while you're trading, because if you are to digest that, you'll know that the US is actually losing a lot of money being on a shutdown, because there are so many parastatals under the government that are not working. All right. They are not working, they're at home and all that, and they are losing a lot of money. Okay. So we are going to be receiving the CPI reports. We'll be receiving the CPI reports, and alongside trying to understand the US-China dispute. Okay, so that's what we are going to be looking at. So if you now come to the technicals, you can see that on the weekly we closed bearish. We closed bearish last week. So there was a premium level where dollar was reacting from, and we closed bearish. So I'm anticipating that would continue bearish on the dollar. I'm actually very bearish on the dollar. Um, I'm very bearish on the dollar. So I'm looking at these zones to be taken out, being that we are coming from a place of internal structure. So coming from a place of internal structure, I'm expecting that we hit all the external structures. So that's for long term, all right? That's for long term. Unless to have a counter analysis, unless we have this level to hold. So if price should come into this zone, it is a very critical area to look, and we now note whether we are going to be going bullish from here or will continue bearish. All right. So, but then you should know that on the larger scale, we are bearish. I am bearish on the dollar. All right. I'm very bearish on the dollar. So being bearish on the dollar, that means that on gold, you can see for the past couple of weeks, 9 weeks plus, we have been bullish straight on, right? We have been very bullish. So the market is actually bullish on gold. Why did I say so? We had this liquidity. We had this liquidity that was this zone that was mitigated, and if you look well enough, you see that this candle on Friday, the Friday candle closed above the opening price of the previous day candle. All right, so it means that buyers are still very much active in this market. The sentiment is still very strong to go higher. And if you look at the H4, you see that we did not really take out a major low. We didn't really take out a major low on the H4. So it's more like we are retesting into this level on the daily time frame. That's where we are retesting. And then if you come to the H1, you see on the H1 that it's more like a liquidity grab because we took out this previous day low here. So taking out that previous day low and closing bullish is an indication that we are still bullish on this market. All right. So that being said, you can see on the 15 minutes time frame, we had this high being taken out. Now, we didn't have a continuation to take out this low, but rather we had this low, we had this high, and then we have another high. So it's more like a continuation of the 4-hour direction. All right. So I have this as a level where I'll be looking, a discount level where I'll be looking at to see what the market is doing. Now, if you can see, we just opened the Asian Q zone. we just stepped into the Asian Q zone. So I'll be looking at this POI to see what the market is going to do from here. I'll be looking at this to see what the market is going to be doing from that zone. All right. So that's for gold. That's for gold. Then for Bitcoin, currently Bitcoin has been on a sell. So we broke structure to the downside. We broke structure to the downside with this level because you see that we grabbed liquidity at this high. So grabbing liquidity at this high, this low is a very vital low. So then price breaking this is very important for us to know that, okay, we are bearish on Bitcoin. So that being said, you see that we just tested a gap on the daily time frame, right? We are coming from an internal zone on the daily time frame, right? So this zone that we are coming out is an internal structure, and you know the rule of thumb, internal to external. So we'll be looking at these lows to be rated. I'll be looking at these lows to be rated. So I would have to on this course just look for your entry and what's best for you, and you can take the trade when the opportunity shows up. All right. Then for GBP USD, GBP USD have been on a bearish. I've been on a bearish order flow, and you see that we have this point of interest that it tested, and it gave us a very good candle confirmation. And the candle confirmation is a pin bar, right? So it's more like there is indecision here, and the market is about to tank. All right. So that's what GU have been doing. So I'm expecting that we have I'm expecting that we take out this level, this by sell side liquidity. I'm expecting that we take out this sell side liquidity based on the order flow that GBP USD is given, unless we would have a break of structure to the upside and then we continue to the upside. But based on structure wise, I am seeing a bearish order flow, and it's very good to continue with it. So for GBP JPY, we had these levels that was broken. So that's to tell you that we had strong buy momentum on GJ, and we had this level that was tested, and also had this breaker block that was also tested, right? So these are points of interest that the market has tested. And if we should draw the fib, you see that we have done more than 50% on that retracement. We've done at least 50%. Let's see that. So you see that we've done 50% retracement on this. So it's more like the market has attained equilibrium, right? So the market attaining equilibrium, is safe to say that we could see these highs being taken out. Why? Because we just tested an internal PDRA, right? So for GJ, I'm bullish on GJ. I'm bullish on GJ. Now, for us to have the bullish confirmation, I would want to see a clear violation of this high, all right? So if I have a violation of this high, then a retracement, something like this, then we are going to take off this high, all right? So that's what I'll be expecting on GJ. That's what I'll be expecting on GJ. Unless the sellers come in to use this POI to drop it down into a discount level before we keep moving up, right? Before we keep moving up. So, but then if you look at the 1 hour time frame, you see that we are already having some confirmations as of now to go bearish. But then look at this high that was taken out. All right, this high that was taken out. So we could possibly drop to a discount level at this zone before we start buying. So you just watch the market closely, and I'll give the updates within the society, within the community, sorry. Within the community, I'll give the updates, and we always look at it together. All right. For Euro USD also have been on a bearish market. So I'm anticipating that we drop down to this discount levels. That's what I'm anticipating. But this analysis will be violated when we take off this high. If we take up this high, then we know that there is a shift in order flow. There is a shift in structure. Okay. Okay. I've already talked about GJ, right? I've already talked about GJ. So that's the analysis I have for you guys. Thank you for joining. If you have any question, what to ask, maybe something that is confusing you, please do reach out on my social handles at Dr. Richard _ Forex Empire on Instagram, and I'll be there and glad to respond to you. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one.